Joint sitting of Parliament. What is joint sitting of Parliament? Joint sitting of Parliament is meeting of both the houses, that is, upper house and lower house. Where is it mentioned in the Constitution of India? It is mentioned in Article 108 of the Indian Constitution. Why is a joint session summoned? In order to break deadlock over a bill, a joint session is summoned. When can a joint session be summoned? A joint session can be summoned in 5 cases. Case 1. According to Article 87, a joint session is addressed by the President of India at the start of the first session every year. Case 2. According to Article 87, a joint session is addressed by the President of India at the start of the session after every Lok Sabha elections. Case 3. If a bill is passed by one house and rejected by the other house. Case 4. If houses disagree on the amendments to be made in a bill. Case 5. If more than 6 months have been passed from the date of reception without passing the bill. Which days are not counted in those 6 months mentioned in Case 5? When the House is prorogued or adjourned for over 4 consecutive days, those days will not be counted in those 6 months. What is the meaning of prorogation? Prorogation or proroguing a parliament means to end or discontinue the current session of parliament without dissolving it. Prorogation means the termination of a session of the House by an order made by the President under Article 85(2)(a) of the Constitution. Prorogation terminates both the sitting and session of the House. What is the meaning of adjournment? An adjournment suspends the work in a sitting for a specified time, which may be hours, days or weeks. An adjournment only terminates a sitting and not a session of the House. Joint session is applicable to ordinary bills, financial bills. Joint session is not applicable to money bill and constitutional amendment bill. Who can preside the joint sitting of the Parliament? Joint sitting can be presided by President, Lok Sabha Speaker, Lok Sabha Deputy Speaker, Rajya Sabha Deputy Chairman, any Member of Parliament. Who cannot preside the joint sitting of Parliament and why? Chairman of Rajya Sabha, that is, Vice President of India, because he is not the member of either house. Who issues the notification for the joint sitting of the Parliament? President of India issues the notification for the joint sitting of the Parliament. Joint session of Parliament is governed by what rules? Joint session of Parliament is governed by the rules of procedure of Lok Sabha and not of Rajya Sabha. According to Article 118, the President can make rules for the procedure of the joint sitting after due consultation with the Lok Sabha Speaker and Rajya Sabha Chairman. What is the quorum for joint sitting of Parliament? The quorum for joint sitting of the Indian Parliament is 1/10 of the total number of members of the House. Conduct of business in a joint sitting of Parliament. After President's notification for joint session, no House can proceed further with the bill. If the disputed bill has already lapsed due to the dissolution of the Lok Sabha, no joint sitting can be summoned. If President has already notified for a joint sitting before the dissolution of the Lok Sabha, then the disputed bill does not lapse in this case. About the admissibility of amendments, the decision of the presiding officer is final. In a joint sitting of Parliament, a bill is passed by what majority? The bill in a joint sitting is passed by a simple majority. At joint sitting, new amendments cannot be proposed except amendments which caused final disagreement, amendments which might have become necessary due to the delay of the bill, President's assent. After the bill has been passed in the joint session of the Parliament, the bill is presented before the President for his assent. He has 4 options. Number 1, he gives his assent and the bill becomes law. Or Number 2, he withholds his assent and the bill becomes dead. Or Number 3, he returns the bill for reconsideration with or without suggestions. Or Number 4, he does not take any decision and the bill remains pending. Examples of joint sitting. Joint sitting has been called for only 3 bills till date. Number 1, Dowry Prohibition Bill, 1961 to 62. Number 2, Banking Service Commission, Repeal Bill, 1978. Number 3, Prevention of Terrorism Bill, 2002. When was the first joint sitting conducted? The first joint sitting was conducted in May 1961, Dowry Prohibition Bill.